In this episode, I want us to look at the issue of time management and procrastination. Hi, this is Educate Africa with Dr. Sanele Kamede. I want us to look at time management as part of the series called Finishing Your Qualification in Record Time, which is episode number 6 of 10. If you haven't watched the other episode, please make sure that you visit the channel and watch the other episode. So I want us to get into the issue of time management as a response to many queries, especially from young people, from students who are complaining about the issue of time management. Others, they're saying they understand or they hear the idea of time management, but they're failing to understand how you can do that. So the first thing that I want us to understand is that time management means managing the time that you have. And we all have 24 hours in a day, but we don't have the same amount of time. It depends on what we have on our plate. So the same way you will budget with your money, for those that have money, I want you to start doing the same thing with time. So I want you to sit down and say, how much time do I have? You'll probably realize that you have 24 hours. And then you will then sit down and say, in these 24 hours, what do I have? Which is probably going to be different from what I have, because the things that you do, we do are different. I work, you probably study, I run a business, you probably, part of an organization. So we have different things that we have. So that's why I want you to sit down and look at what do you have on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis. One of the reasons you will feel that anxiety when you have a due date, when you have to submit something, it's because you probably didn't do what I'm asking you to do, which is sitting down and looking at the calendar. And most students, they don't have that calendar. And speaking of students, some of them don't have the calendar because they don't even know or don't even read their course outline, because the course outline will outline what they are going to have in the semester, or they're going to have for this term, or they're going to have for this year, which means they will now go back to their calendar. Either a daily or weekly or monthly or a semester calendar or a yearly calendar, depending on how you are going to design your calendar. You will then sit down and say, okay, this is what I have academically or for school. And then there are other things in life that takes your time, which is the reason why I said time budgeting is very important, because we do forget that some of us have got kids, which means they do take time. Some of us, we have church. Some of us, we have gym. I know some of us, we are not losing weight anyway, but we do have gym that we have to go to. We have work. We have other businesses. So we forget some of these small things that take up our time. Sometimes we spend our time in the bathroom. So we don't really allocate some time to say, okay, in my day, I will wake up at this time. I will spend so much time in the bathroom, especially ladies, making sure that they look stunning. Those things, they take up time. And you sometimes, cry and complain that I didn't know where my time went, or, I just saw the day gone and I haven't done much, because you were not cognizant of the small things that will chow your time. I'm one of those people who will allow a little bit of distractions during the day, and have people come to my office, and I will engage with people either on social media and all of that. But I am cognizant, or I'm aware, that those things are taking time. The problem is people aren't aware of the things that are taking their time. So what I will normally do is I will sum up the time that I've spent doing all of those things, being distracted there and there. I will sum it up and say, how much time did I lose today? And maybe it will amount to 4 hours, which means I need to borrow the time somewhere, which is the other thing that most people don't realize. You lost time, you didn't cover certain things, which means you need to borrow time. Sometimes I borrow time from my sleeping time. Sometimes I will borrow time from my gym time, which is horrible. Don't do that. Make sure that your gym time is that time. But I'm saying sometimes you will have to borrow. And even if you didn't go to your gym, you will need to be cognizant of, I didn't go to the gym 3 days this week, which means I normally spend an hour to 2 hours at the gym. Maybe 3 days or on a weekend, I will have to add more hours to pay back the time that I lost because I was doing something. So all in all, I'm trying to say time budgeting is very important. Knowing what do you have on your plate is very important, because if you don't, you wouldn't even know where your time went. In fact, things will start piling over, which is different from procrastination. We will touch on that a little bit later in this episode. So once you have your time, I think the most important thing that you need to teach yourself, it's something that even if I were to say to you every day, you wouldn't master or do it anyway. It's something that should come within, is respecting your time. Making sure that you respect your time. You respect what is on your diary, what is on your day, what is on your week, what is on your month. Respect that. And that needs to be enforced by you, firstly to you and to the people around you. I had a friend of mine, I'm not going to mention them on this video, who was very, very particular when it comes to time. And I've shared this with people that I speak to either in seminars or people that I have a coaching session with. I've always said, this friend of mine will meet maybe around the corridor, or will meet, at the cafeteria back at university, and she will be like, hey Sanela, how are you? And I'll be like, hey, how are you doing? And she will be like, I have only 10 minutes. Before we even do anything, before we even talk, catch up or whatsoever, she will already tell me that I have only 10 minutes. What did that do to me? It made me respect her time. It made me realize that she's cognizant of her time. In fact, it taught me to start respecting my time. I'm not saying be selfish with your time, because some people have lost their sense of being human because they're just rushing, chasing their goals, and every day is all about chasing the bread, chasing money. And no, I'm not saying lose that sense of being human, but I'm saying be cognizant of the time and respect your time, and make deliberately, because people will test you. And if you don't make people respect your time, they won't respect your time. In fact, they always go to the weakest person amongst maybe their group, or at home, or in class, anywhere, at work. They always, I'm one of those people. But what I think people are not noticing is that I allow that intentionally. I allow people, to distract me. I am big when it comes to building people. I intentionally do that. And I know how much time I have lost. I know when to pick it up. Sometimes I will sleep a little bit late. Sometimes I will work on a Sunday to catch up, because I'm cognizant of where I lost time. So now that you respect time, I think build it as a habit to remove distractions. And I'm saying build it as a habit because it's not going to happen naturally. Removing distraction means they are always distractions. Whether you are a student, whether you are working, there will always be distractions. So make it a habit to remove them. They will always be there. So from time to time, evaluate your distractions. I'm not saying be a robot, and you can't be a robot. Distractions will always be there. Someone is going to knock on your door. Even when you put a do not disturb sign, someone is definitely going to disturb. So when I say put mechanisms, I'm saying be cognizant of some of the distractions that are natural, some of the distractions that you invite yourself. So remove those. For example, the phone, notifications. You can move from the office and work somewhere where it's a little bit quiet because you are deliberately trying to remove the distractions. And I'm inviting you to do that. And the last thing I want us to look at is the issue of procrastination. I don't like talking about this because I feel like we all suffer from this. But it's something that sometimes we inject. There's this word, self. My brand manager said this word. I can't pronounce it. It's an English word. It's a big word. But these are things. Something the procrastination thing is something that we can see it coming. Sometimes we can even massage it and be like, oh, you know what? Man, it's not that bad. When your friends are like, hey, dude, come on. And you're like, no, guys, it's not that bad. I will still do it. You know that I will still do it should make you realize that you are a procrastinator. If there's something called a procrastinator, you are procrastinating. Is putting things. I don't want to sound, I don't know, as if I'm insulting you, but procrastination is deliberately saying, I'm going to do this. And I'm saying, you are saying it's deliberately because indeed it is deliberate. Sometimes you not even sometimes, man. That's why I said I don't like talking about this because I keep on trying to explain. You know when is the due date. It was communicated to you. We all have these serious crises. But part of you is like, I will do it some other time. I mean, there are distractions that will come, a death in the family, you are sick, your child is not feeling well, or whatsoever that will happen. Those are not, that's not procrastination. Procrastination is not having much that will distract you, but you keep on saying, I will do it some other time. No, I still have time. No, I work well under pressure. And once you say you work well under pressure, I want you to know that you are a procrastinator. Because there is nothing called working well under pressure. You can't work under pressure. In fact, you are not going to produce quality under pressure. Yes, you will finish the task, but somewhere, somehow, you can see that you did rush this whole thing. So there is nothing called working under pressure. You are just procrastinating. So procrastination is something that is there. It's like distractions. It is part of distractions, actually. You can argue, but it is part of distraction. It is that voice that says, no, I will do it. I still have time. So I want you to deal with that by making sure that when that voice comes, you schedule that particular thing, you put a reminder, and you do it. Don't listen to that voice. There is no pill for that except discipline. The pill that I know for procrastination is discipline. And how you discipline yourself is doing something over and over and over, and be deliberate about doing it as much as it might be painful. Working and finishing tasks is not something easy. So I'm saying it will be painful, but it will get easy as the time goes by. The more you do it, the more it will come naturally that you finish task on time without having to be reminded. So self-discipline is key, but I know that it might not be, easy to do it just like that. That's why I want you to employ technology. I have a very nice app on my phone that reminds me. I normally set it as a I set a reminder, and I set the time, and I also click enhance reminder, which means disrupt me even when I'm on the call or on the phone. And that app will do wonders. It will disrupt me whether I'm on the phone with someone important. It will distract me. It won't cut the call, but it will distract me so that I can actually pay attention to what is it that is distracting me on my phone. So even when the phone is on silent, it will distract. Of course, it will vibrate and all of that. So technology will be helpful, and I want you to use it. Don't try to act like you can do this by yourself. No, 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 no. I almost said don't try to be Iskora. Iskora is someone who's acting tough. Don't do that. Don't do that. In fact, be naive when it comes to that. Be that stupid person that is called, when are you always rely? I'm not saying be too reliant on technology so that in a way that when technology is removed or when technology is not there, you are dysfunctional. But I'm saying don't try to be that muscle guy. Employ technology so that it helps you with time management. In fact, I think if you book a session with me and we sit down, there is a formula that I've shared with my clients that works wonders. And I want to share this formula with you. We'll sit down, we'll look, of course, on what you have, and I will share this cool formula on the issue of time management. People are capable, and you are actually capable of finishing tasks. You are capable of providing or producing good quality work. The only thing that you have is you are distracted. And as a result, you just do things on the go. You are rushing things. And people do rush raising kids, do rush work, do rush relationships. In fact, many of these relationships don't work because people procrastinate even in relationships. People rush relationships. They just do a crappy job. I will see him or I will see her some other time. And those are some of the things that makes the people around you start to distance themselves from you because it's natural. People don't like someone who's dysfunctional. If something doesn't grow, it dies. That's one thing I want to leave you with when it comes to time management. Anything that doesn't grow, this is science. Anything that doesn't grow, it dies. And how do you grow? Is through managing your time. It is very important that you manage your time effectively. In fact, people who have been promoted, people who have achieved their goals, people who have achieved everything in their vision board are people who have managed their time very well. So I look forward to sitting down with you so that we can talk about this and tailor it for you, because here I'm just speaking to you or I'm speaking with you, but in a general term. So when you come and we sit down, I will take you through what you have. Trust me, there is so much that we do, but we still get things done because we are cognizant of the issue of time. I love you guys, and please make sure that you share this episode with as many friends as you can, and join the Educate Africa family and be part of our family by activating the notification so that every time when we drop an episode, you actually get a notification that there is something there. And remember, it's possible because it's doable. And one of the things that are possible is for you to get this match. And with these beautiful words, words that are going to encourage you, and words that are going to remind you that in the middle of time management, you can manage your time because it's doable. I will see you on the next episode.